Hey there, awesome coder, and you might be thinking you are pro now. Yes, you are definitely. You are just still with me in the course and you are trying to write some awesome Firebase code. That makes you a pro coder there. Now let's handle our to-do, which is handle the login promise. And handling the login promise should not be a big deal. Uh, okay, that should be pretty easy. Now, the first thing that we'll be doing is, let me just show you what the concept that we are trying to build up in here is. Simply, we are gonna just, as soon as the user log in, he should be seeing the logout button. By the default, he should not be able to see the logout button. Okay, makes sense. And in the button, let's just do a quick ID there. First of all, ID is gonna be equal to logout. Okay, and it's gonna have a class name as well, and the class name is gonna be simply hide. And as I save this, notice our application refresh and our hide button or our logout button is gone. That is because in the app.css I have given a class .hide that says display none, so it's not displayed by default. In the login, as soon as the user login, we want him to show up the logout button. Okay, makes sense. Otherwise, why should he actually be seeing a logout button if he is not login? So in our to-do, there we go. In our to-do, let's handle the promise. And we can do a lot of fancy stuff in here, but right now I just want to do. So let's just remove this to-do and make sure that you're catching the then promise before the dot catch. Okay, that is important. So promise dot then, and we are handling in here. Okay, and obviously it gives us a user back, which again gets a tons of information that we previously have. Obviously the user's emails and everything. You can just verify it again by using a console log. I won't be doing it again because we have done quite a lot of console log, quite a lot. And I'll be creating a variable lout. And the reason why I'm creating a variable is to get this object or to get this element, that is logout. And I'll be getting it by simply our old method of the JavaScript. I know there are better methods in the React, but let's just be plain old basics in here. Dot get element by ID, and that is gonna be taking logout. Okay, so now we have an access to that element. I just want to remove a class from there, that is hide. So I'll be simply saying lout dot class list and dot remove and hide. Now some of you might be getting a confusion that hey, there is something wrong going on because we are saying class list because that is an old method using the JavaScript, and in here we are saying this as a class name. Now let me tell you, this is not actually a plain HTML. This is a JSX, which is eventually is going to render into simply the class. This is our convention in here, but actually on the web page it just goes there. And this is a plain vanilla JavaScript that we have written in here, which is always going to work, so no big deal there. Now we have already got a user and it's a good time to test the things, and we are gonna just simply log in with that user. If I remember that password, that was, I guess, super@superman.com. That is our user, and password was, I guess, super cool. I'm not pretty sure, I forgot that. Let's click, we could have actually given a login message to the user as well if we are successfully able to log in. Let's just log in there. And there we go, we are seeing a logout there quickly. So that is kind of a message for us that yes, we are successfully able to log in. Now here's a quick to do for you. Simply you have to simply write a welcome message for user and make sure you are printing out his email as well. So that is good. So looks good so far. Now, since we have a lot of time, we can work out a little bit on the logout method as well. In the logout, what we'll be doing is something like thanks for using our application, and we'll be hiding the logout button as well as soon as somebody clicks on that. Again, we will be querying to the Firebase. We'll be making sure we are logging out from the system. Okay, makes sense. Now let's go there And let me just copy this on click method and paste it in here. Okay, and this is not gonna be sign up, this is obviously gonna be logout. I will be copying this. You know the drill. This is pretty easy for you by far now. This dot logout is gonna be this dot logout dot bind, and this. There we go. Makes sense. And now what we'll be doing? We'll be creating a logout method. Yep, and obviously a good idea would be check out where our sign up ends. There we go. Here it ends. And I'll be creating this, no, not a this dot logout, just simply a logout. And there we go. There we go. So we have done it. We can now save it. It's not gonna yell at us. Looks good. And this is gonna be a pretty simple drill in here to log out. And you might be thinking, hey, this is just a breeze. So we are gonna say Firebase dot auth. Obviously, we are not working in the database. We are working in the auth now. And all you have to do is simply sign out. Make sure the O is capital there, otherwise it's not gonna work. It's gonna yell at us. So there we go. And we are also gonna do one more thing, basically just exactly the same thing that we have done above. There we go. We can copy this and we can paste it here. Paste that. So basically we are selecting the logout element, and instead of removing this hide class, we are gonna just add this class so that it's again hidden. I hope you got the concept. Pretty easy. And right now still our application is not logged in, so we'll be logging it in and doing a quick job there. Now obviously your to do is to write a simple thanks message in here. So again, pretty easy. Let me just quickly give you a quick hint or a complete way to path. You have to set the error message, and you have to somehow set the state. I don't know how you do that, but make sure you do it. And let's create another super1 @ superman.com. And I'm not a big DC fan, but somehow Superman came to my mind. I'm a Marvel fan. Okay, don't judge me. And it's again gonna have a password of super cool. Let's just quickly do a sign up. And there we go. We have signed in. It says welcome super1, and we are still not logged in. That's a good thing. And let's just do a quick login. And there we go. Our logout button is there. That's good. And we can simply do a logout, and there we go. Our logout button is gone. Okay. And there are a lot of things in the Firebase that you can do, and in fact I would highly recommend you to go and look out into the database. There's a lot of things like authenticate the user or get the state of the user, whether he's logged in or not. And there are tons of things that you can do. In fact, I do recommend everybody to check out the things like what is a snapshot. By the way, the user that we are getting is actually the data snapshot. And look out into the documentation. That's #1 way to learn. Look out, drill down deep into the database auth, and this is a fantastic app that we have built up in here. Very cool, very precise, very concise, does the job. And now even you can merge the application like the previous project that we have built up. You can call a method that can write some things, or can call a component in here, just print out a component, or set a variable to some component name, and it's going to display the component in here, and then we can load up or just move the user to the next page or something like that. So it makes much more sense, I guess. And Firebase is one of my favorite things to do in here. Again, I would highly recommend that you check out do this project. If you are able to do this project, upload it to GitHub and show to the potential employee. I'm pretty sure he's going to be impressed with this kind of app. Okay, with this, this was a lovely project, and I'm enjoying quite a lot with this series so far, and surely I'll catch you up in the next video.